Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Catty Crypto here, and we're just going to have an update really just speaking about the proposals that are currently going on, what's passing, and what to expect from this. So currently we have just put 2 votes through from the HCC factory, and we've chose to abstain from 11049. And the vote goes down to the HCC factory, and we explained this all in a video previously as to why we were making this change and things like that. So it came down to an abstain in the end for this one. I personally chose to abstain for it because I felt emotionally compromised, and I felt that voting yes or no wasn't an option for me. I needed to just abstain from it because it was the right thing to do. I felt emotionally compromised. As to 11030, to your surprise, we did actually vote no, and this is for many reasons. One of my developers outlined a very, very good tweet. Go check that out. We will check it out in a minute as well, actually. But we abstained from it for the sheer reason that we know that TFL have offered Terra Station and all of its assets, everything, the keys to the car, the pink slip, whatever you want to call it. And it really does save us time, money, energy, and effort in building something that we already have. But this is passing nonetheless. It's a community pool spend proposal, so this is going to come out of our community pool, obviously. So what does this mean? Well, for starters, it means that you do not need to move your coins anywhere. If you want to move over to Rebel Station, okay, if you want to move over to Rebel Station, you just need to connect your wallet to it the same way you connected your wallet to Terra Station to begin with, okay? If you feel like in your head, like, I need to move my coins, so I need to undelegate and stuff, remember, you would only be doing that to send the coins to yourself. That is the most simplest way to put it. So this in itself, it misses a lot in the Agora text around where the money's going to go, what it's going to go on, who it's going to go to, and things like that. But hopefully we're going to get a more outlined proposal at the end of all of this, regardless of us putting in a no vote, for the simple fact of there's a lot missing from this, and it's a lot for us to pay out. And do we then have to continue to pay for its upkeep and things like that across the board? But ultimately you have to accept something for what it is, that the governance is built to serve the broader audience, not the smaller audience. So an issue we do have right now with voting, with governance and things like that, is the voting power. So if we go to the validators list, we can see that there's a huge centralization of voting power within the top 7, let alone the rest. So this has a really big effect over when the community feels differently about something, and you've got loads of validators that just won't vote on a lot of stuff, and it does matter. And it if you read, and we've been through what a validator's role is, they should be highly integrated into the community and understand the current goings on and everything like that. And I think a lot of people are misinformed. They're worried that if it didn't go through, Terra Rebels were going to cease to exist and all sorts of things like that. But hopefully now this gives them what they want. Okay, they get the funding to build this Rebel Station. They build the Rebel Station and everything like that. And, it all goes swimmingly to plan. Or it could go terribly. The money could be spent very poorly and stuff like that. And we need to prepare for both sides of it. But the one thing that this community needs to understand is that TFL are going to continue to support Terra Station legacy, and then also support it through Station as well. And this is huge for us as a community, because the way Station works is there's a very, very cool integration of the way that it brings validators up when people go to delegate. It will show them validators that need delegations, not the really, really high up ones. And if you go over and look at Luna currently, their voting power is so decentralized. Like, some of them are lucky if they've even got 3%. It's very, very decentralized over there. And when it comes down to voting over there, everybody's getting involved, and we just don't see that on our side of the river, so to speak. So going over to Strafecole and looking at pretty much what he had to say about it, because we were going to do a video, but we thought, you know, the community doesn't need more negative stuff. But at the same time, you do need to understand that there are many reasons for us deciding to vote no for this. And the provision of back-end infrastructure and assets on TR controlled. So my opinion is that it's not specified enough what exactly are the cost of the hosting, what the cluster nodes do they spin up with that money. But most important, this can in no way be a one-time cost. Hosting providing servers is a monthly cost, so how much? And this is what I was saying. So will it cost per month? When will we need to vote yes on the next monthly cost for infra? Refactor Rebel Station front end to reference TR backend assets and infrastructure. This has already been done previously during problems with TFL infrastruct. And most cases is only a matter of setting different endpoints in the code. Remove TFL proprietary private APIs, reverse engineer and create a local alternatives. This is not necessary because TFL provided the API code in the meantime, but TFL also advised not to use the API. So you've also got testing and deployment. This in no way is specified enough. Testing what? Rebel Station and endpoints have already been released. So it's just a payment for the work done, or is it for testing future things? You know, there's so many different things. So I'm not going to keep going through this, but I'm just going to leave a link to this. But no doubt you'll be able to get to this yourself. It's always important to understand the different points of view. And I feel like a lot of the voting that happened on this was just simply, it's, you know, Terra Rebels, they need support, they need money. We're going to vote yes because they're the ones who have got us to where we are. And for most validators, they probably think they were doing the right thing, but I honestly believe, and this is my sole opinion, I know some people are definitely not going to agree with it because a lot of people would have voted yes for this, but we just don't need to waste time, effort, energy, money on something that is being handed to us. Like they have 100%, Jared from TFL has stated he will hand everything over to Terra Rebels and Terra C Vita as a joint, you know, ownership, but nothing. So it's very interesting, but you know, the simple fact is we could save so much time if people just started talking to each other, but it's just like, that they don't exist or this person doesn't exist. And you know, I saw Lunc put a tweet out about this historical beginnings of Terra Rebels, and he stated, you know, they've pretty much just written everybody out of it, and it's kind of like me. And I completely get where he's coming from with that, because ultimately we here at the HCC community played such a huge role in Terra Rebels beginnings. I mean, we were doing everything we could, screaming to the high heavens, trying to get support for Terra Rebels during that time, and to see them just be like, yeah, nah, you know, they just don't exist. It you know, it kind of raises a lot of eyebrows. So, you know, a lot of people think Edward Kim still works in Terra Rebels, and he doesn't. So there's a lot of people that have left, and the core developers that are left, from what I'm aware of, it's Tobias and probably a couple of others, but Tobias will be the one who really does have the best understanding. And yeah, it's very interesting. So folks, let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section. Sorry about if there's any background noise. I have got a foot heater on. It is so cold here in the United Kingdom. No snow here for me where I live, but hopefully you've got some snow if you do live in the United Kingdom, and hopefully you're staying safe and warm. Folks, none of this is financial advice. Beware of scammers, doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me. I'll catch you in the next one. I'm getting good at doing schlups again.